her career and why she doesn't apologise for a single second of what's been described by some as a shocking stage show due to hit London next week.
I couldn't say that any of those girls, like the Supremes or anybody, were like role models for me because they weren't really in charge.
They weren't in charge?
No.
Was that the most important thing?
Well, they weren't singing their words. They were singing somebody else's. Yeah. They were, you know what I mean? I liked them, but I didn't aspire to be them.
You have turned out an incredible amount of material in the last 7, 8 years. Was it 16 consecutive top 5 hits? More than the Beatles ever had over here?
Oh, I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that is something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was there anybody from that period, sort of 7, 8, 9 years ago, that you particularly looked at and said...
7 or 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Well,
maybe even a bit further back.
Not women. I'd have to say... In the very, very beginning, when I was just starting to write music and stuff, I was inspired by Debbie Harry because she seemed very in charge of what she was doing, and she also had a sort of wittiness about her and street smarts, and I liked her. She was a role model.
Watching some of your show and seeing the amount of costume changes and the choreography in it in the theatre, I was reminded of some of Bowie's stuff maybe 10 years ago.
Well, he was definitely an inspiration. That's why I say no women. The reason, actually, David Bowie was the first concert I ever saw when I was in high school. He came to Detroit, and I was grounded for the whole summer for going because my father wouldn't let me go to this place, so I snuck out of the house and I went, and I was just enthralled. I mean, it was during, I think it was the 1984 tour that he did with, and he had all those mime artists and stuff. It was just so incredible, so theatrical, you know what I mean? And
what does
and he constantly changed, you know, and he constantly came up. He was like more like an actor, and he kept coming up with new ideas and new images and new feelings and new thoughts, and to sort of get everybody all stirred up. I have planned certain things knowing what the effect would be. Other times I've just done things, and for instance, in the very beginning, actually, when everybody was like into my belly button and this whole like material girl thing, I mean, to me that was all a fluke. That was the way I dressed way before anything ever happened, and that people attributed all these qualities to me based on the way I looked, and that was all some pre-planned thing that I did. It was just funny to me.
Does it ever concern you that the show is so overtly sexual when there's maybe some pre-teens and young teenagers in the audience?
No. No. Because I think if they're pre-teens, they're not going to understand it. You know, I mean, I think they're not any more overtly sexual than the Betty Boop cartoons that I watched as a child. I didn't understand at the time. Now I watch them and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed that, you know. But there's so many other elements in the show that I'm not worried. No. And, you know, I mean, people know what my image is out in the public. If, you know, parents shouldn't bring their children if they don't want them to see.
Maybe they sneak out, like you did, and go and see David Bowie.
Well, power to them.
Eh?
Yeah. I mean, David Bowie didn't have a bad effect on me. So.
And what sort of message do you think they're getting from you? That it's good?
To be in control of your life, to be in charge, to express yourself.